Hey everybody, it's Mike. I'm back. This video is going to be about the lights, which is basically all LED on the whole truck. I believe they're available as a package. I really like these little accents as far as the design and the look of the lights. But everything, cab lights, everything is supposedly all LED. Going right to the lights, you have the main beam, I guess. You have 3 cells in there. The inner one is your high beam. The 2 outer ones are your low beam / running lights. You can see that little corner amber reflector that does have a light on it as well. And then at the bottom of the assembly, you're actually going to find the turn signal. Now, for whatever reason, it is dual bulb, so I'm assuming that's just done for redundancy, but there's really no other reason to have 2. At the bottom here, you have the fog lights. They're not really fog lights because they're kind of aiming at a 45-degree angle, but that's what they're calling them. Just overall, this is probably the best lighting setup I've ever experienced on a truck, and I'm not just talking about the way it looks, but the way it actually lights the road. I've seen a lot of other manufacturers have bright lights, but they suck. Now, cutting over to the rear lights, they're pretty straightforward. You have the outer horseshoe, which is your running light / brake light. The 2 white bars up and down are your turn signal. The inside there is obviously your reverse backup light, and that whole black area in there, that's for all your sensors. Here you can see basically the nice deep amber cab lights along with the mirror light and that little reflector inside the headlight assembly. I do, like I mentioned before, really like the way the truck looks with those double striped lines. It looks very aggressive. Here you can see just the running lights are on, the low beams essentially. You can see the 2 outer cells are on, and that's pretty much what your truck is going to look like most of the time. Now the high beams are on, so all 3 cells are working, but you really don't need the high beams. Here's a quick shot of the corner or the fog lights being on. They do shut off your high beams when you're in park for some reason, but you can see them on right here. Here's a nice view of basically your turn signals / hazard lights. I do like the deep amber / yellow color that they all are, so there's no mix of yellow and red. And also I enjoy the fact that they all blink together, so there's no alternating. Now here's a little bit of actual real footage. I'm gonna flick the high beams on and off a couple of times, so you can see they do help a little bit, but in actual everyday driving I've never needed them because the low beams are so good that I just never needed them. They are there, obviously they do help a little bit with the height, so you go a little bit higher on the light, but they don't really add more light to the mid-range. Now the fog lights, that's a different story. Those are very useful, and you're about to see why. Pay attention to the left and right corners of the screen, the bottom corners. You're about to see them light up. That's the fog lights kicking in right there, and that really does make you feel a lot safer going around corners, especially on a road like this where it's dark, it's fairly narrow, and it's a very windy road. I can actually go a lot faster with the fog lights on simply because I can kind of see around corners a little bit better. Now, as far as the quality of the lights, these are just excellent. I'm sure you can tell in the video that it's a very nice, even spread out, wide light. It's a white light as well. There you can see me flicking on the high beams a little bit just to show you the difference. Again, this is very pure white light. It doesn't have any kind of tinting. It doesn't have any hot spots. It's just truly excellent light all around. I've never had a truck with such good stock lights. One more cool little feature that not too many people cover is that those fake fog lights, they're not really for, like I said, fog, they're for this feature. Essentially, there's 2 ways to activate the corner lights. One way is simply by turning the steering wheel. Once you get to a certain angle, like I'm about to go left here, you will see the light will turn on, helping you see to the left. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the right, and this will demonstrate just how much better it is to have this light. As you can see, you can actually see that post in the grass, and it works really well. You can also do that by turning on the turn signals. So there's the left turn signal, there's going to be the right turn signal. The only conditions for this is basically you have to have your fog lights in the off position, and also you have to be below 25 miles an hour. So over here you can clearly see how much better it is to have that little light because you can actually see the road now. This is the real function of those lights, not the fog, because they really don't do crap for fog. In any case, another cool little feature you find in most expensive cars, but now it's in an HD truck, and I do appreciate it. just to wrap up this video, basically Ram really outdid themselves. Not only do the lights look great like many other manufacturers, but these actually function really well as well. The light is pointed where it's supposed to be. It's a very clean white light without hot spots. The field of view coverage is excellent on it. Those corner lights add real functionality to it because they do kick on automatically, so you don't have to think about them. It's just all around, these are literally the best lights you can get from any HD manufacturer today.